Hello, beautiful people. Last night I hosted a spiritual medicine activation that was very different from the ones I've done before. And it's taken me some time to really sit with what was being activated in the space last night. And the closest vocabulary I have that would make sense to you as the listener is that there was almost like a spiritual, energetic surgery that was done to realign people, body, heart, mind, spirit. And also, guides came in so individually into the session last night to do very specific activations with individuals, which they generally do, but not to this extent. And that was really interesting for me. But what the energetic spiritual surgery felt like to me was it reminded me of, and I only remembered this afterwards, when I was 22, I had a fight with my current partner, and I had just finished my degree, and I wanted to get on a plane and get as far away from him as I possibly could. And the cheapest flight and the cheapest place to go to at that time was India, according to the travel agents that I went to. And so 3 days later, I was on a flight to India from South Africa at 22. And I'd forgotten at that stage that I'd had a dream not long before that of Sai Baba, the guy with the halo, the amazing spiritual teacher. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. I'd had a dream where he had come to ask me to come see him, and I'd forgotten about it. And then I end up going to India not long afterwards, and oh, here he is, Baba. Oh, stop jumping so much. You know Baba? Yeah, anyway. So I get on this plane, go there, and of course, I land on the holiest day of the year, where 70,000 Indians from around India have collected in Puttaparthi, which is not, or at that stage, wasn't on most maps. And I've now traveled 36 hours to get there. I'm exhausted. I arrive with a hard shell suitcase and in an ashram that is surrounded by a squatter camp and then a little tiny kind of town that is formed around this ashram. And I have no accommodation. I have nothing sorted out. And I arrive and it's packed. And somehow, again, I find myself in a position where I can see Baba clearly. He's right there, not far in front of me, but I can see him clearly. And I'm watching him and I'm listening to everyone. And as I look at him, he smiles and then he goes, "What?" And this golden ball falls on his hand. And I'm like, I must be really tired. I must be hallucinating because what just happened? And I turn to the woman next to me and I go, "Did you see that?" And she says, "What?" So I said, "Did you see that golden ball coming out of his mouth and landing in his hand?" And she was like, "What? I've been staring at him the whole time. How did you see that?" And I didn't see that. Anyway, that golden ball, which they refer to as a lingam, when Baba, this is why everyone traveled there, when you see Baba producing the lingam, that it comes out of his mouth, it means that you will be able to wipe out your karmic debt within this lifetime. This is the belief that happens, right? And Baba will only show you that if it is your path to do this. So I've carried that with me since I was 22 years old. And last night in the session, alignment has been coming up so much. And one of the things that has been really activated in me over the past couple of months, maybe year, is that I've had the flower of life bursting from inside my head. So it basically, it bursts out, and it's the flower of life around my third eye and my crown, around my chest, my heart, and here, your soul area, and then my womb and base. And when I do spiritual medicine, this has been happening, and it like expands like this. And last night while I was doing the process, there was a time when this little golden pebble showed up, and it was doing this process of aligning this area, and this area. And I didn't know what it was about, and now I do feel that I really do know what it was about. And it was this spiritual or energetic surgery almost of realigning those three aspects of self, because that is when we come into presence and alignment with our highest self. And so it was a very special, different spiritual medicine activation last night. And if you'd like to watch it, I'm going to pop the link below. I also talk about how on the 17th, which has so much significance in multiple different cultures, I had the opportunity of swimming with dolphins, and it wasn't easy. It took effort, and I needed to fight through the waves to get to the dolphins, and I almost gave up, and I said, "Dolphins, are you still there?" And as I did, jumped out of the water, and I was like, okay, I'm going, and I went for it, and then I popped up on the other side, and the ocean was still and beautiful, and it was, there they were, waiting for me, and I got to swim with them, and how much that meant to me on so many different levels. The fact that I feel like in so many areas I've been really swimming upstream for the last year and a half, and that sign for me was that like it's just one more big wave, and then you're going to be floating in this bliss, surrounded by magic, which I believe dolphins are. And there's so much more in the session, but I wanted to share that with you, because if you have been feeling like you are wanting to call in alignment, like there is a lack of alignment, and you're wanting to call in that flow and that ease and that grace, and everything has been flowing, then this might be the session that you should watch and experience and allow yourself to be activated into. I'm sending you so much love. I hope that this sparks magic within you. The session is all about aligning you to your highest self, and you recognizing that you stepping into the most blissful version of you that loves you and looks after you is not only going to be the greatest gift you give yourself, but it is going to lead to the greatest gifts that you can give this planet. Lots of love, lots of blessings. Please follow, like, share, and invite your cousins and your distant relatives and your colleagues to join my channel and join my processes, my mission. My name is Susanna Kennedy, and my mission is to expand love within you and everybody else, making this human journey a deliciously human one. I send you so much love. Bye for now.